The goal of it is to develop fine motor skills of very precise control of the plane, which will be needed for the next step. You can do this by flying straight and level by hand, down to single knots and tenths of feet. Try it now. Establish and maintain 290 knots and 10,000 feet at a heading of 360. Use as small and gentle control movements as possible. Throttle for speed, pitch for altitude and roll for heading. Don't use rudder pedals for keeping on the heading. As rolling is more precise than rudder pedals, we can avoid yaw induced roll this way, and we'll need that later as well. Nudge the plane one way to start the movement. Back off and see what it does. Once the new desired parameter is established, stop further movement with another tiny nudge in the opposite direction. If you overshoot, next time try anticipating the needed correction and apply it slightly earlier. For aircraft without fly-by-wire or similar assistance, you'll have to trim them manually, so they can fly straight and level almost hands-off. You have to be able to let go of the stick and have the plane maintaining altitude for a few seconds at least. Don't skip this, because it's extremely important to have a plane that is cooperating with you by flying the needed profile by itself, rather than the one that is trying to run away at every possible moment. Once you are comfortable with all of this, accelerate or decelerate by 3 knots, then return to the original speed. Climb or descend 30 feet, then return to the original altitude. Alternate flying at constant parameters and changing them slightly at demand. Then try making changes of 10 feet and 1 knot from the reference values. After you master this, do it all without the help of Flight Path Marker. Depending on your plane, you can disable it by decluttering HUD, you can look sideways with speed and altitude shown on the helmet display. Finally, you can use backup steam gauges. Once you have satisfactory control over your speed and altitude, we can move on to step 2.